Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and today I thought I would throw together a very interesting power build for you guys to try out. Now, this is one of those things that I've been theory crafting for a good minute, and I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to give it a try and see what we think. So before we put together the build... Okay, so we're doing jazz soundtrack today. I would also like to remind you guys that I still have a few days yet before I start my viewer appreciation week, and if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I don't have enough builds for a viewer appreciation week, so I want you guys to really think about what sorts of builds you'd like to see me run. And make sure you get those into me within the next few days, because otherwise I'm going to have to do something completely different, and I don't want to necessarily disappoint people. So make sure you get some builds into me for me to use for Viewer Appreciation Week Part 2, and I will do my best to make those work for you. Alright, so I think for this run, we are going to... And it'd be obvious to start with Jade's Jeweled Tiara, of course, so we're going to try something different. We're going to start with the Cartographer's Quill. As for the build itself, I've been really theory crafting how to make lightning aspect work, and there aren't many ways to get this thing to work effectively. You either have to pair it with something that hits very quickly, or with something that doesn't hit very often. So we are going to be doing a Thunder Punch build. And yes, I know it's a little bit weird, but trust me, I think it'll be a lot of fun once you see it in action. As far as our signature, we're going to want something that hits hard but also controls the field. In this case, I think Tidal Blast is our best option. There we go. So what's going to be important for a build like this is to make sure that we find some ways to help mitigate problems on the battlefield. And obviously that's going to be more important as the run goes on, because we're going to want to make sure that... And actually, I just thought about this, since the build revolves heavily around the use of lightning aspect and punching guys square in the jaw, our best bet would actually be either cooldown reduction or the thing that makes buffs last longer. Because you now have a 7-second cooldown after that ends. And that's just no fun. So I think we're going to run this with Demi's Teapot, actually. That just seems like the right idea for a build like this. Oh, I don't really need to start anywhere specific. Let's just go and see what happens. Alright, cool. So, because we are banking on the idea that... Because we're banking on the idea of lightning aspect plus the Knuckles, what we really want is for our basic to get upgraded as soon as possible, so that it's... so that we can essentially make lightning aspect work faster. In other words, make it so that we don't have to worry about both punches. So that is going to be our top priority is... Okay, well, not exactly what I wanted to see, but at the same time, we've got 2 Arcana that are going to work very well for what we're doing. And it's either going to be stunning bitches at range, or just another powerful, like, AoE burst. Alright, so before we activate another combat room, let's wait for Lightning Aspect to come back. The other big benefit, aside from the extra damage, is that the shock status effect gives us decent amounts of stun. Okay, so this is actually very good for us. Getting this basically means we have access to our enhanced basic without any sort of problems. And because we're laying the shock status effect quite a lot, I think this will also help. And I think I want that. Alright, let's go ahead and clear out the rest of the combat rooms. Because we want to move on to the next floor with as much cash as possible. So the real benefit to having the upgrade, if you haven't figured it out already, is that once Lightning Aspect is triggered, now basically every punch is a Thunder Punch. That is what we've been looking forward to. It's a freebie. Why not? So this is the crux of our build. It's Lightning Aspect plus big punches. And when I was thinking about going over how Lightning Aspect worked with different basic Arcana, the whole reason why I chose not to do it is because it's really hard to get Lightning Aspect to work with just about any other basic. Okay, well we can upgrade Razor Burst, that's perfectly fine. I think Tapping Gloves is probably the best option here. I might get the Noxious Dapper Cap, but I don't know about that. And because we don't want to give up Lightning Aspect, we're not going to... We are not going to take up Dr. Song's request. which is a real shame because I think her relics can be really good. But, oh well. Oh, hello. You don't turn down freebies, especially ones that give you colorful rainbow trails as you're running. Now, the real benefit to that, of course, is the potential ability to get the unicorn disguise, which, you know, anything that helps you improve your movement speed is a-okay by me. I don't think I necessarily want anything here. Yes, I know Twin Turbines is powerful, but at the same time, I think that might be going a little too far and take focus away from what we're trying to do here, which is use Thunder Punch. Alright, I don't think there's anything else here I want, so let's just move on. Ow. Now, obviously, we could do with a little bit more power, but this is also the sort of build where the sharpened stylus would actually be good. And yes, I know it would take away our ability to use a signature, but because we're really putting a lot of focus on our basic, it would actually be a good find. Also, because we could stand to increase the... Ow. We could stand to increase our casting speed. Things like the evening gloves or the silver spinning top would also be just fantastic. Yeah, go away. Oh, hello, that's a hell of a freebie. Alright, well, we're not going to take that just yet. We are going to wait on that. There's definitely some things we can buy to feed to the Mimic. Ow. How dare you. Alright, so... Okay, so this is helpful, but not necessarily required. If we leave that be for now and see if we have any extra cash after we've essentially handled the Mimic. Okay, there's the upgraded lightning aspect. That'll help. And for those who don't know, it just creates shocking pulses, so while we're sitting there punching people, we're essentially getting just more free damage. Darksage, you could have just gone directly to the west. Yeah, but scenic route. We needed to see that hallway again for, you know, posterity's sake. Alright, let's go ahead and knock out the boss here. Alright, well, no other freebies, but let's go ahead and buy a few things to feed to the Mimic. We're gonna buy you, and you, and you. Now let's drop what we want to keep. I want to keep that, I want to keep that, I want to keep that. That can go. Keep that. That can go. Honestly, I can just get rid of the rest of this. Oh, whoops. And I do want to keep this. There we go, nice little 30% attack boost. Who doesn't love that? Eh? Eh? And we'll go ahead and get the upgrade. Alright, so we're gonna want to heal up pretty soon here. So, what are your thoughts on this build so far? This is something that I've been theory crafting together for a minute now, and seeing it come together the way it is kind of nice. Now the only question I have is for the thumbnail, do I use Little Mac? Do I use King Hippo? Like, is there really a wrong answer? I could also just use Punch Out Mike Tyson. Let's see, what do you have for me? Increases basic arcana damage, all other damage decreased. Considering what we're doing, that seems, perfectly reasonable. Minus 40%? Good lord. But considering that this build is all about our basic, that makes good sense. No, nothing here I want. And that's looking like about it. So, let's go ahead and take out the boss. I am really liking this. This is coming together quite nicely. I'm having a lot of fun with this build. And I'm using skills that I don't use very often, which in and of itself is just plain fun. Like, again, I know I skipped over doing lightning aspect when I was doing the tier list for the basic arcana buffs, but 6. And there we go. I'll grab it, but I'm not sure I'm going to use it. Oh, especially considering where we're going. Launch. I don't know, can you guys think of any other really good, like, boxer characters that I could use for the thumbnail? Like, I'm not sure King Hippo is the right idea. Ooh, maybe I go with Super Macho Man. Considering how the build is going, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Just go Super Macho Man? We're probably gonna want the Golden Saber. I'm not spending my money on many things anymore, so really no reason not to grab it. Now, admittedly, my original idea was to use Hitmonchan for the thumbnail, but I don't know. Super Macho Man might be the better idea. I could also use Machamp, but I don't know if he can learn Thunder Punch. Darkseid, you're really overthinking things. I'm very good at overthinking things. Okay, so hear me out. I know what I said about Indra's Copper Pipe, but it's not going to be very effective against Sura. But this will be. much as I like bubble slaps, I don't think I need it. That's not going to be useful at all. But thanks for thinking about me. I appreciate it. Oh, that was quick. Definitely feeling the power. That's why you don't skip out on your workouts. How dare you? Anything useful here? Nope, not really. I mean, as far as relics are concerned, I'm pretty much set. I'm just hoping to see like a, you know, holy grail of interesting relics. Right, I've already found some very interesting stuff. And a lot of it is things I don't regularly use, so again, that just makes me happy that I'm getting to play around with some things that don't normally see play. Okay, so I could very well grab the glass cannon for even further enhanced damage. And I think it would actually be useful over the tapping gloves. And the question is, do I care about trying to find another Arcana? I think the answer is no. Let's just move on. Yeah, I don't need anything else here. Who said anything about cold feet? You know, Miss Ice Pun. That was not smart. I do like me some Perfect Storm, but it's okay. We don't need it this time. We're doing just fine as is. B-E-A beautiful. Oh, well, I mean, you know what we have to do here. Let's see. Okay, well, I think we get rid of this, adopt the fairy, grab that, and now I can't afford the shovel, so oh well. We move on! Beautiful how that worked out, wasn't it? Owie. Yay! Thunder Punch worked! And so did really good relics that played right along with what I was doing. Also, earlier I said sharpened stylus. I probably should have also brought up the double-edged cestus, but I mean, we found that one, so no big deal there. Alright, well that does it for this run. I hope you guys had fun with this particular build. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to put together stuff like this in Wizard of Legend 2 as well at some point. Hell, who knows? Maybe the necessary relics and arcana are in the game already, and I just haven't found them yet. So, who knows, but let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Of course, as I mentioned earlier in the video, please get me your build suggestions for the Viewer Appreciation Week coming up. Because if I only have a couple of build suggestions, then I'm going to have to do something else. And I don't mean to be disappointing to my audience. But either way, thank you guys very much for coming and spending your free time here with me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.